This is a video tutorial on how to change a Kia Picanto door lock on a UK model right-hand drive. It's a door lock actuator we're going to be changing here. I'm going to pause the video in between just to show where and what we're doing. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to remove this plastic panel here surrounding that, and we're going to remove the screw that is just down there. So just 2 moments, I'll pause that and I'll tell you how to do that. Sorry, just to make a point, we also need to remove a screw inside of here before we can remove that piece. So we've removed them 2 screws from there now. So the next step is going to be to remove this piece here. You can do that either using a trim remover, or I usually just like to get my fingers behind it. And you need to pull this piece out of here, which is in the way of the door. You can do that, as you can see. Pull and remove. It's always useful to have a little metal magnetic tray just to hold your screws in or anything like that. And a little magnetic pickup tool just in case you need to retrieve any of the screws. It'll save you time, trust me. So just to know for you all, when you do pull this off of here, it isn't held on by much, so you do need to be quite careful of it, as it's only got a little metal grommet there, and a little plastic grommet that just sits over the bolt that holds the mirror in place. So the next step after you have done that is going to be to remove the door panel, and to do that you'll see a little small recesses around the bottom of the vehicle, and they're the best place to get your leverage tool, your trim remover or a screwdriver in there, and you just pop from the bottom and pop up. So I've just removed the trim from there, and you always work your way up from the bottom of the vehicle. So once you do it, you will pull the trim from the bottom and then push upwards, which will give you this. The next important step is to remove any electrical connections to the door, and I'll just do that now. So our next step in the process is going to be to remove the slider, which the window slides down. And to remove that, which is going to be one bolt here and 1 bolt here. And those bolts are 10mm. So once you've done that, store your bolts safely so they don't get lost. Get your hand in behind there. You see how it's got the grooves there? You'll just need to give it a little wiggle and a jiggle. The best thing I find is if you angle the bottom up, then push the top out and twist it slightly, and that just allows you to just pull it out nice and easy, like so. And the next step that we're going to be looking at is removing the little, I don't know whether you can see them, the yellow pieces. And how these yellow pieces do is they should just flip up, if we can. Should just flip up, I say. I might not. So I'll just work on that, and once I've got them flicked up, I will show you how to do that. Right, so how I got these 2 little latches off here is the first one here, you can just get your finger up and behind and just kind of give it a little tug, a little pull. I don't know if you can, I don't know how well you can see that. You just give it a little pull up towards you, and you can see that it lifts up like that, and then it just to go back on, and it does just pull. Don't know if you can see it, but to get it out, you just pull it out sideways and make sure it clips right up, and you just pull it, give it a little wiggle and a jiggle, and that comes out. And to go back on, goes back in the same way, clips down. On this other side, to get the other lock out was a lot more difficult, and you'll be able to see it easy from this side here. So it's just behind where the yellow is there. You can see the rod going up to it, and to get that I used a gasket puller, and I brought in from this little tiny access hole just here, and I just got it up behind and then pulled it upwards just to lift it out of place. And the same with that one, we will need to come out. So to do that, just push it out and pull it back. So that there is the door latch assembly now. You come out. All we've got then left holding them in place is these 3 Torx bits, and we have got the cable held in place by this crosshead screwdriver bit. So what I'm going to do now is remove this piece, and then I will get my Torx bit out and remove the whole lock assembly. Then we'll go on to replacing. So I've just removed that screw there, And the next thing is this lock mechanism now slides. So it slides back towards the door lock actuator, and then you should just be able to pull it out. And what you got then is you have got the cables in here. What I'm going to do is leave them as they are at the moment, but as you can see, you've got black on top, grey on the bottom. And what I'll do is, in fact, I can take them out now. So you just pull them. I'll try and do this with one hand, but if you ever watch any YouTube videos, I'm sure you'll find out that it's not that easy. Removing the bike cable, top one out, bottom cable, bottom one out, and that's that. And the next step is to find our torque switch. So I'll find out what size torque switch we've got in there, and then we'll get the door latch assembly moved. So in order to remove the door latch assembly, it is a T30 torque spit, and you've got 3 screws there. What I'm going to do is just go ahead, so you just crack them off. Use them. As you can see, I'm using grass. I advise using magnetic pieces, especially if you're over grass or soil. You don't want to lose your only piece that holds it in place. So that's them cracked off. What I'll do is I'll loosen them off by hand, and I'll start the video again once I've got them out. Thank you. So there is just 1 screw left in place now for this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start partially unscrewing it, but what we're going to find is that this is going to fall, this whole piece here. So I am going to stop the video. It's that final screw there, and then this is all completely undone. I've just undone that screw there, and what you'll find is just behind the membrane of the door here is there's 2 little grommets just holding the cables in. You do get new ones with your new door latch assembly, so what I would advise is just pull them out with a set of snips or pliers. So I've now just pulled the grommets out to hold the cables in place. The next step is to remove the electrical push-on connector. I'll try and do this whilst filming, so simply you just squeeze down on that and pull. And you will denote that you had all of the central locking unlock all of the vehicle's doors, as it is now no longer controlled by the driver's door, so it reverts back to generic settings and it believes the vehicle is left constantly unlocked. Hey, also, I did just want to show you this here. So I just want to show you how to get the little clip off, which is for the door locking mechanism. As you can see there, if you look around the back, it's just a groove, so you can just peel it off. I don't know whether you just can see that. If you just lever it up slightly, and then it just levers up, and just pull out. So on this one here, I'm not replacing that piece, as it hasn't been, as I was able to get it out without an issue, and it will make a bit harder for me, and there's nothing wrong with the one that's actually on the vehicle at the moment. So what we do to assemble reverse order, we come in, we put our screws in place and exactly reverse order. And what I'll do is I'll put it back together now, and I will show you the door working afterwards. Thank you. Right, so that's now everything back together on this Kia Picanto. I did get the screw mixed up in that one there, so don't you do that. Remember, the screw goes in here on this one, not in there. Hey, so what I'm going to do now, give us a quick test. Haven't actually tested this yet, so this is going to be a live one. So, in theory, if we pull on this handle, as it didn't open from the inside before, we should get out. And again, and again, and again. And that's that. So, yeah. Thank you for watching, and please feel free to subscribe for further videos. This is my first, but thank you.